My beloved child, before you take another step, I want you to pause and feel the depth of my love for you. I have seen your journey, the trials you've faced, the tears you've cried, and the moments when you felt entirely alone. But let me assure you, you have never been alone. My presence has surrounded you like a shield, guarding you from dangers both seen and unseen. Today, I want to remind you of my overflowing love and the promises I have made to protect and sustain you. Do you remember the times when you felt lost, yet a way was suddenly made clear? That was me lighting your path and ensuring your safety. My love for you is not conditional. It does not waver based on your performance or your mistakes. I love you deeply, fully, and without reservation. You are precious to me, and no harm can come to you without my permission. Trust that even in the darkest valleys, I am walking beside you, holding your hand and whispering words of encouragement into your heart. Let me share a truth with you. My protection is not just physical but also spiritual and emotional. I see the weight you carry, the doubts that creep in, the fears that try to take root, and the battles you fight within yourself. My child, these burdens are not yours to bear alone. Cast them upon me, for I care for you. I am the God who silences storms, parts seas, and makes a way where there is none. Whatever you face today, know that I am greater, and I am working all things together for your good. Imagine a fortress, its walls unyielding and its gates impenetrable. This is the level of protection I provide for you. When the storms of life rage, my arms are your shelter. When enemies surround you, my strength is your defense. My love is the fortress in which you can find refuge. There is no weapon formed against you that can prosper because I have already declared victory over your life. Stand firm in this truth, my child, and let it bring peace to your soul. The love I have for you extends beyond the here and now. It is eternal and unchanging. From the moment I formed you in the womb, I have watched over you with tenderness and care. Even when you stray, my love pursues you, calling you back to me. I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you, to give you hope, and to ensure your future is secure. My promises are not empty words. They are the foundation on which you can build your life. Let me guide you to a practical application of this truth. Each day before you step out into the world, speak these words aloud. I am loved by God, protected by His promises, and guided by His hand. Let this declaration remind you of the truth that no force, no enemy, no circumstance can separate you from my love. Carry this assurance with you and watch as fear fades and confidence rises. My child, I see your desire to protect those you love, to shield them from harm and ensure their well-being. Know that I share that desire, and even more so, the people you care about are also under my watchful eye. Pray for them, trust them to my care, and know that I am working in their lives just as I am working in yours. My love extends to them through you, making you a vessel of my protection and peace. As you move forward, let go of the worries that have weighed you down. I am the God who goes before you, clearing obstacles and making paths straight. Trust me to handle what you cannot. Rest in my promises and let my love be the anchor for your soul. You are safe in my care, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can snatch you from my hand. Today I am inviting you to embrace this truth fully. You are loved, you are protected, and you are never alone. Walk in the confidence of knowing that I am with you, shielding you from harm and guiding you toward a life of peace and abundance. This is my promise to you, and it is unshakable. My beloved child, I see the turmoil within you, the storms that rage in your mind, and the restlessness that unsettles your spirit. You've carried burdens too heavy to bear, weighed down by worries that whisper lies and fears that steal your joy. Today, I want to bring you peace, not the fleeting kind that the world offers, but my peace, which surpasses all understanding and guards your heart and mind. This peace is my gift to you, a sacred invitation to lay down your anxieties and rest in my presence. The world tells you to seek peace in external circumstances, in relationships, in achievements, in material comfort. But true peace is not found in these things. It is found in me. I am the source of the calm you crave, the stillness you long for. When you center your heart on me, you will find that even in the midst of chaos, your soul can rest. My child, peace is not the absence of trouble. It is the presence of trust. When you trust me, you will discover that no storm can shake the foundation of your faith. I know there are days when the noise of life feels overwhelming, when your thoughts race and your heart aches for relief. In these moments, I am calling you to come to me. Step away from the noise even for a moment and find refuge in my presence. Imagine a weary traveler stumbling upon a quiet stream in the wilderness. The cool waters refresh their soul and renew their strength. My presence is that stream for you. Come and drink deeply, my child, for I long to restore your peace. You may wonder how to find this peace when your circumstances feel unchangeable. Let me remind you of my promises. I am the God who calms the seas, who speaks to the winds and commands them to be still. The same power that stilled the storm on the Sea of Galilee is at work in your life. Speak my truth over your fears. The Lord is my refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. As you declare my promises, you will find that your focus shifts from the size of your storm to the greatness of your God. Let me give you a practical way to embrace my peace. Begin each day by surrendering your worries to me. Write them down if you must, and then offer them in prayer, saying, Lord, these burdens are yours now. Visualize placing them into my hands and trust that I am working on your behalf. Throughout your day, when fear or doubt creeps in, take a deep breath and whisper my name. Let my presence fill the spaces where anxiety once dwelled. I also want you to understand that peace does not mean passivity. It is not about ignoring your responsibilities or pretending that challenges do not exist. Peace is about facing those challenges with the assurance that you are not alone. I am walking with you, providing strength for each step and wisdom for each decision. Lean on me, and you will find that even the most daunting tasks become manageable when we face them together. There will be times when the storms of life intensify, and it feels as though the peace you've gained is slipping away. My child, in these moments, remember that peace is not something you muster on your own. It is a gift I continually offer. Return to me as often as you need, and I will renew your strength. Just as the sun rises each morning, bringing light and warmth to the world, so my peace rises within you, dispelling the darkness and renewing your hope. Let me give you an image of the peace I offer. Picture a bird perched on a branch during a violent storm. The wind howls, the rain pours, and yet the bird remains calm, singing its song. Why? Because it knows the branch will hold. My child, I am your branch. When the storms of life rage around you, you can rest in the assurance that I am holding you firmly, keeping you safe. Sing your song of faith, for you are secure in my care. Today, I invite you to lay down the burdens that have robbed you of peace. Bring them to me, all your fears, your doubts, and your worries, and exchange them for the peace I freely give. Let my presence fill your heart and quiet your mind. This is not a one-time act but a daily practice, a continual turning toward me. As you do, you will find that my peace becomes the anchor for your soul, steadying you in every season of life. You are not meant to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, my child. That weight belongs to me. Trust that I am strong enough to bear it, wise enough to handle it, and loving enough to do so with your best interests at heart. Rest in my peace, knowing that I am with you, fighting your battles, calming your storms, and filling your life with a peace that endures. My beloved child, I see your struggles, the moments when you feel too weak to carry on, too burdened to take another step. You've tried to be strong, to hold everything together, but deep inside you wonder if you're enough. Let me speak to your heart today. You don't have to be enough because I am. My strength is made perfect in your weakness. Where you see failure, I see opportunity. Where you feel broken, I see a vessel ready to be filled with my power and grace. Your weakness is not something to hide or be ashamed of. It is an invitation for me to step in and show my glory. When you rely on your own strength, you limit what you can accomplish. But when you surrender to me, you tap into a power that knows no bounds. My child, let go of the illusion that you must do everything on your own. I am your refuge, your strength, and your ever-present help in times of trouble. Lean into me and watch how I transform your weakness into victory. Think of a branch separated from the vine. On its own, it cannot bear fruit, it withers and fades. But when connected to the vine, it draws life, strength, and nourishment. You are that branch and I am the vine. Stay connected to me and you will find the strength you need, not just to survive but to thrive. When life feels overwhelming, remember that you are not alone. I am your source, your sustainer, and the one who equips you for every challenge you face. You may ask, but how can I be strong when everything around me is falling apart? My child, strength is not the absence of struggle. It is the presence of perseverance. It is the choice to trust me even when the path is unclear, to keep moving forward even when fear whispers that you cannot. Remember the words I spoke to Paul. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. These words are for you too. My grace is enough for whatever you face, and my power is at work within you. Let me give you an image of what my strength looks like in your life. Picture a parent carrying a child who has grown tired. The child doesn't have to explain their exhaustion or prove their worthiness to be carried. They simply rest in the arms of the one who loves them. My child, you are that child, and I am your father. When you feel weary, let me carry you. You don't have to have all the answers or muster the strength to continue. I am here ready to hold you, to guide you, and to renew your spirit. Practical steps can help you lean into my strength. Begin each day by acknowledging your need for me. Pray, Lord, I cannot do this on my own. I need your strength today. Throughout your day, when challenges arise, pause and invite me into the moment. Whisper my name and let my presence fill you with peace and courage. You may feel weak, but my spirit within you is strong. Trust that I am working in and through you, even in ways you cannot yet see. Your weakness also allows you to empathize with others. The struggles you've faced, the battles you've fought, these are not wasted. They are tools I use to shape you and to equip you to comfort and encourage those who are walking similar paths. When you share your story of how I've carried you through, you become a beacon of hope to others. Your vulnerability becomes a testimony of my faithfulness, showing that even in the darkest moments, my light shines. Remember, my child, that even the heroes of faith faced moments of weakness. Moses doubted his ability to lead. David felt the weight of his failures. Elijah battled despair. Yet in their weakness, they turned to me and I accomplished great things through them. You are no different. Your struggles do not disqualify you. They position you to experience my power in ways you never thought possible. Do not let fear or shame hold you back from coming to me. I am ready to strengthen you and to use your life for my glory. Let go of the burdens you were never meant to carry. I am here to take them from you. My strength is not just for the extraordinary moments, it is for the everyday battles. The times when you feel too tired to keep going, too uncertain to make a decision, or too discouraged to believe in a brighter future. In those moments, remember that I am with you, providing all that you need. You are never alone, and my strength will never fail. Today, I invite you to embrace your weakness, not as a limitation but as a doorway to my power. Surrender your fears, your doubts, and your exhaustion to me, and let me fill you with my strength. You are not called to do this alone. Together, we can face any challenge, overcome any obstacle, and accomplish more than you ever thought possible. Trust in my strength, my child, and watch as I carry you into a life of victory and peace. My beloved child, I see the longing in your heart, the yearning for joy that lasts, for a sense of delight that isn't fleeting or tied to circumstances. Life often feels like a roller coaster of emotions, with moments of happiness overshadowed by trials and setbacks. But I want you to know that true joy, the kind that cannot be shaken, is available to you. This joy comes not from the world but from me. It is a gift I long to pour into your heart, filling you with a light that no darkness can extinguish. Joy is not the absence of pain or struggle. It is the presence of my spirit within you. It is the quiet confidence that I am with you, working all things together for your good. Even in seasons of difficulty, Joy can flourish when you anchor yourself in my promises. Think of a flower blooming in the desert. It seems impossible, yet its roots find the hidden streams beneath the surface. In the same way, your joy comes from the deep well of my love and faithfulness, sustaining you even in the driest seasons of life. You may wonder how to find joy when your heart feels heavy, when your circumstances seem unchangeable, or when hope feels distant. My child, joy begins with gratitude. When you choose to focus on the blessings in your life, no matter how small they may seem, your perspective shifts. Gratitude opens your eyes to my goodness and reminds you that I am at work, even in the midst of challenges. Take time each day to name the gifts I have given you, your breath, your relationships, the beauty of creation, and let them fill your heart with thanksgiving. Joy is also found in my presence. When you draw near to me, you will experience a joy that the world cannot offer. As the psalmist wrote, "In your presence is fullness of joy." Spend time with me in prayer, in worship, and in the quiet moments of reflection. Let my spirit refresh your soul and renew your perspective. My child, the joy I give is not a fleeting emotion but a deep, abiding reality that sustains you through every season. Let me give you a picture of what joy looks like. Imagine a child running through a field, carefree and full of wonder. They are not concerned with tomorrow's worries or weighed down by yesterday's regrets. They simply delight in the present moment. My child, I am inviting you to experience that same joy, the joy of trusting me completely, of letting go of the burdens that steal your laughter, and of embracing the freedom I offer. Joy is not about pretending everything is perfect. It is about knowing that I am perfect and that I am for you. You may ask, but how can I feel joy when life is so hard? My child, joy does not deny the reality of your struggles. It transcends them. It is the assurance that I am with you in the fire, in the storm, and in the valley. It is the courage to rejoice not because everything is as you want it to be, but because you trust that I am in control. When you choose joy, you declare that my promises are greater than your problems, and my presence is enough to sustain you. Practical steps can help you cultivate joy in your daily life. Start by filling your mind with my truth. Read my word, where you will find countless reminders of my faithfulness and love. Surround yourself with people who encourage and uplift you, who remind you to laugh, to hope, and to trust in me. And take time to enjoy the simple pleasures I've placed in your life. A sunrise, a song, a moment of connection with someone you love. These are gifts meant to remind you of my goodness and to renew your spirit. Joy also grows when you serve others. When you shift your focus from your own challenges to meeting the needs of those around you, you reflect my heart and experience the joy of giving. Think of the times you've helped someone, shared a kind word, or offered a listening ear. Those moments brought joy not just to them but to you as well. My child, when you live with a heart of service, you align yourself with my purpose, and joy naturally follows. Let me remind you that joy is your inheritance as my child. It is not something you have to earn or strive for. It is a gift I freely give. The enemy will try to steal it through fear, doubt, and discouragement, but my joy is stronger. Cling to it, protect it, and let it be your strength. As Nehemiah declared, "The joy of the Lord is your strength." Let these words become your anthem, a declaration of my unshakable goodness in your life. Today I am calling you to choose joy no matter what season you are in. Let go of the heaviness that has weighed you down and embrace the freedom I offer. Trust that I am with you, that I am for you, and that I am working all things for your good. My child, joy is not a fleeting feeling. It is a way of life, a life rooted in my love and sustained by my promises. Step into this joy and let it overflow into every area of your life. My beloved child, I see the uncertainty you face, the questions that linger in your heart, and the weight of decisions that feel too heavy to bear. Life often brings seasons of unknowns, times when the future feels unclear and the present feels overwhelming. But I want you to know this: I am with you. I am the God who sees the end from the beginning, who holds your tomorrows in the palm of my hand. Today, I am inviting you to place your trust in me, even when the way forward is uncertain. Uncertainty can feel like a fog, obscuring your vision and leaving you unsure of which path to take. But my child, remember that you don't need to see the whole picture to move forward. I am your guide, your light in the darkness, and I will lead you step by step. Just as a lamp illuminates the next few steps on a path, so my word lights the way for you. Trust that as you take each step in faith, I will reveal the next, guiding you toward the plans I have prepared for you. I know that waiting for clarity can be difficult. The world moves so quickly, demanding answers and decisions, and it can feel like you're falling behind. But my timing is perfect and my plans for you are good. Trust that the waiting is not wasted. In these moments of stillness, I am working in ways you cannot see. I am aligning circumstances, opening doors, and preparing your heart for what is to come. Let go of the rush to figure everything out and rest in the knowledge that I am in control. Let me give you a picture of what it means to trust me in uncertainty. Imagine a child holding their parent's hand while crossing a busy street. The child doesn't need to understand the traffic patterns or know exactly where they are going. They simply hold on and trust that the parent will lead them safely. You are that child and I am your father. You don't need to have all the answers or know every detail of the journey. You only need to hold on to me and trust that I am leading you in the right direction. Fear often accompanies uncertainty, whispering lies into your heart and filling your mind with what ifs. What if you make the wrong choice? What if things don't work out? What if you're not enough? My child, let me silence those lies with my truth. I am greater than your fears, stronger than your doubts, and more faithful than your circumstances. When fear tries to take hold, speak my promises over your life. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Be still and know that I am God. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Let these words anchor you in the midst of uncertainty. Trusting me also means surrendering control. I know how much you desire to plan, to prepare, and to ensure that everything goes perfectly. But my plans are higher than your plans and my ways are higher than your ways. When you release your grip on the need to control, you make room for me to work in ways that exceed your expectations. My child, surrender is not a sign of weakness. It is an act of faith. It is a declaration that you trust my wisdom over your understanding and my power over your ability. Let me give you a practical way to trust me in times of uncertainty. Start each day with a simple prayer. Lord, I don't know what today holds, but I trust you to guide me. As you go through your day, look for my hand at work in the small things. A kind word, an unexpected opportunity, or a moment of peace. These are reminders that I am with you, guiding your steps. And when doubts arise, bring them to me in prayer. Let my spirit calm your heart and renew your faith. Uncertainty is not a sign that something is wrong. It is an opportunity to grow in faith. Think of Abraham, who left his home without knowing where he was going, trusting only in my promise. Think of Esther, who stepped into the unknown to save her people, trusting that I had placed her in that moment for a purpose. My child, you are part of this same story of faith. The uncertainty you face is not meant to defeat you but to draw you closer to me and to reveal my faithfulness in new ways. You may feel that uncertainty is a barrier to progress, but let me remind you, I am working even in the waiting. The seasons of not knowing are often the seasons of greatest growth. They teach you to rely on me, to seek my presence, and to trust my timing. When the path feels unclear, let these moments become opportunities to deepen your relationship with me. You don't need to have all the answers. You only need to trust the one who does. Today, I am calling you to release the burden of uncertainty and embrace the peace that comes from trusting me. Let go of the need to understand everything and rest in the assurance that I am guiding you. You are not lost, you are not forgotten. You are in my hands and I am leading you toward a future filled with hope and purpose. Trust in me, my child, and know that I am with you every step of the way. My beloved child, I see the weight you carry, the endless striving, the constant planning, the desperate need to hold everything together. You long for certainty, for control, for assurance that everything will go as you desire. But today I am inviting you to lay down that burden. Surrendering control is not a loss. it is a liberation. It is an act of faith that allows you to step into the fullness of my plans for your life. I am calling you to trust in my sovereignty, to let go of the need to control, and to rest in the assurance that I am working all things together for your good. Control often feels like security, like a way to protect yourself from harm or ensure success. But my child, the truth is that control is an illusion. There are things in life you cannot predict, change, or prevent. Holding on too tightly to your plans and expectations only leads to frustration and fear when things don't go as you hoped. But when you surrender control to me, you open your life to my divine wisdom and power. You may not see the whole picture, but I do. Trust that my perspective is far greater than yours and that my plans for you are perfect. Let me remind you of my sovereignty. I am the creator of the heavens and the earth, the one who holds the stars in place and commands the winds and waves. There is nothing beyond my reach, no detail too small for my attention, and no circumstance too difficult for my power. When you trust in my sovereignty, you can rest in the assurance that nothing happens outside of my will. Even when life feels chaotic, know that I am in control, orchestrating every moment for my glory and your ultimate good. Surrendering control requires faith, a faith that trusts in my character and my promises. Think of the Israelites standing before the Red Sea, with Pharaoh's army closing in behind them. They had no control, no plan, and no way out. Yet in that moment of surrender, I made a way where there was none. My child, I am still the God who parts seas, moves mountains, and opens doors that no one can shut. When you surrender to me, you allow me to work miracles in your life. Let me give you a picture of what surrender looks like. Imagine a bird soaring high in the sky, carried not by its own strength but by the wind beneath its wings. The bird does not fight against the wind, it yields to it, allowing it to lift and guide. My child, you are that bird, and my spirit is the wind. When you surrender to me, you are lifted above the struggles that weigh you down. You don't have to strive to make everything happen on your own. You simply need to trust me to carry you. You may wonder, how do I surrender, Lord, when letting go feels so hard? Start by releasing your grip on the things you cannot control. Write them down if you must and offer them to me in prayer. Lord, this is yours now. Surrender is not a one-time act but a daily choice. A choice to trust me with your worries, your fears, and your desires. As you practice surrender, you will find that peace replaces anxiety and freedom takes the place of striving. Surrender also means accepting that my plans may not always align with your own. There will be times when the path I lead you down is different from what you envisioned. But my child, trust that my ways are higher than your ways and my thoughts are higher than your thoughts. What may feel like a detour to you is often my way of leading you to something greater. Let go of your expectations and embrace the adventure of walking in my will. Let me remind you that surrendering control does not mean giving up. It means giving over. It is not about abandoning your dreams but about placing them in my hands, trusting that I know what is best for you. Think of a gardener planting seeds. The gardener cannot control the weather or the growth process, but they trust that the seeds will grow in due time. In the same way, trust me to bring your dreams to fruition in my perfect timing. Surrender is also a testimony of faith to those around you. When you release control and trust in my sovereignty, you reflect my peace and power to the world. Others will see the freedom and joy you have found in me and will be drawn to my presence. Your surrender is not just for your benefit. It is a light that shines brightly, pointing others toward my love and faithfulness. Today, I am calling you to let go of the need to control and to embrace the freedom of surrender. Lay down your worries, your plans, and your fears at my feet. Trust that I am in control, that I am for you, and that I am working all things together for your good. My child, surrender is not a loss, it is a gain. It is the gateway to peace, joy, and the abundant life I have promised you. Release your burdens to me, and watch as I turn your surrender into a story of my faithfulness and grace. My beloved child, faith is the cornerstone of your relationship with me. It is the foundation upon which every promise, every hope, and every blessing stands. But like any foundation, faith must be built with care, nurtured with intention, and strengthened through life's challenges. Today, I am calling you to build a faith that endures, a faith that stands firm in the storms, grows stronger in trials, and shines brightly in a world that desperately needs my light. Faith is not about having all the answers or understanding every detail of my plan. It is about trusting me even when the path ahead is unclear. Think of Abraham, who obeyed my call to leave his homeland without knowing where he was going. His faith was not rooted in the certainty of his destination, but in the certainty of my promise. My child, I am asking you to trust me in the same way. You may not see the full picture, but know that I do, and my plans for you are good. Building a foundation of faith begins with my word. My promises are the solid ground on which you can stand, unshaken by the shifting sands of life. Spend time in my word daily, letting it renew your mind and anchor your heart. When doubts arise, speak my truth over them. The Lord is my rock and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Let my promises become your shield against fear and your source of strength. Faith grows stronger through trials. I know that challenges can feel overwhelming and you may wonder why I allow them. But my child, these trials are not meant to harm you. They are meant to refine you. Like gold purified in the fire, your faith becomes more valuable and enduring through the tests you face. Each challenge is an opportunity to rely on my strength, to deepen your trust in me, and to witness my faithfulness in new ways. Remember, I am with you in every trial, walking beside you and equipping you for victory. Let me give you a picture of enduring faith. Imagine a tree with deep roots. The wind may blow and the storms may rage, but the tree remains standing because its roots are anchored in the earth. You are like that tree, and your faith is the root system that keeps you grounded. As you invest in your relationship with me, your roots grow deeper, drawing nourishment and strength from my spirit. No matter what storms come, you will not be uprooted, for you are firmly planted in me. Faith is also strengthened in community. I have not called you to walk this journey alone. Surround yourself with others who share your faith, who encourage you, and who challenge you to grow. My church is not just a building, it is a family, a place where your faith can be nurtured and where you can nurture the faith of others. When you gather with fellow believers, you remind each other of my promises, share in each other's burdens, and celebrate my victories together. Together, you build a foundation that is even stronger. You may ask, Lord, what about the times when my faith feels weak? My child, even the smallest seed of faith is powerful when it is placed in my hands. Remember the mustard seed, tiny yet capable of moving mountains. Do not focus on the size of your faith. Focus on the greatness of the one in whom your faith rests. Bring your doubts and struggles to me and let me strengthen you. Faith is not about perfection. It is about persistence. Keep seeking me and I will meet you where you are. Practical steps can help you build an enduring faith. Begin each day with a prayer of trust. Lord, I believe. Help my unbelief. Memorize my promises so that you can recall them in moments of doubt. Surround yourself with reminders of my faithfulness, whether it's a journal of answered prayers, a scripture on your wall, or the encouragement of a trusted friend. And when challenges arise, see them as opportunities to grow. Instead of asking, why is this happening? Ask, Lord, what are you teaching me through this? Faith is not just for your benefit. It is also a testimony to the world. When others see you standing firm in the midst of trials, trusting in my promises, and walking in joy despite uncertainty, they will be drawn to me. Your faith is a light that shines in the darkness, pointing others to my love and grace. Do not underestimate the impact of your trust in me. It is a beacon of hope for those who are searching for truth. Today, I am calling you to invest in your foundation of faith. Let go of the doubts and distractions that have held you back, and focus on building a relationship with me that is unshakable. Trust that as you seek me, I will meet you, strengthen you, and equip you for all that lies ahead. My child, your faith is precious to me, and I am committed to helping it grow. Together, we will build a foundation that endures through every season, every trial, and every victory. My beloved child, I have created you with a unique purpose, a calling that only you can fulfill. But walking in that calling requires something powerful: obedience. Obedience is not a burden but a pathway to freedom, joy, and fulfillment. It is your way of saying, "Lord, I trust you more than I trust myself." Today, I am calling you to step boldly into obedience, to embrace the life I have designed for you, and to walk the path that leads to blessings beyond your imagination. Obedience begins with trust. You may not always understand my instructions, and at times they may even challenge your comfort or plans. But my child, know that my ways are higher than your ways and my thoughts are higher than your thoughts. When I call you to act, it is because I see what you cannot. I am not asking for blind faith. I am asking for a faith rooted in the knowledge of my character. Trust that my plans for you are good, that I am for you, and that every step of obedience is part of a greater purpose. Think of Noah, who obeyed my command to build an ark when there was no sign of rain. His obedience seemed foolish to those around him, but it was his faith that saved his family and preserved my promise to the world. My child, the path of obedience may not always make sense in the moment, but it leads to my provision and protection. Trust that as you walk in obedience, I am preparing blessings that will not only impact your life but also the lives of those around you. Let me remind you that obedience is not about perfection. It is about surrender. It's about saying, "Lord, I don't have all the answers, but I will follow where you lead. I see your efforts even when you stumble. I see your heart even when your steps falter. My grace covers your mistakes, and my strength empowers your journey." Do not let fear of failure hold you back from stepping into the calling I have placed on your life. I am with you, guiding you and equipping you for every step. Walking in obedience also requires listening to my voice. I am speaking to you through my word, through the prompting of my spirit, and through the circumstances I orchestrate. Take time to be still in my presence, to quiet the noise of the world, and to discern my guidance. My child, I am not hiding my will from you. As you seek me with all your heart, you will find me. Let my voice be your compass, guiding you through every decision and every season. Obedience often requires courage. There will be moments when the path I call you to walk feels daunting, when the risks seem too great, or when the opinions of others try to sway you. But remember, my child, I have not given you a spirit of fear but of power, love, and a sound mind. When you step out in obedience, you are not walking alone. I am with you, strengthening you, protecting you, and ensuring that no weapon formed against you will prosper. Let me give you a practical way to walk in obedience. Start each day by asking me, "Lord, what would you have me do today?" Listen for my guidance and be willing to take even the smallest step of faith. Obedience is not always about grand gestures. It is often found in the everyday acts of love, kindness, and service. Whether it's reaching out to someone in need, forgiving someone who has hurt you, or simply spending time in my presence, these acts of obedience build a life that honors me. You may feel unqualified or inadequate for the calling I have placed on your life, but let me remind you, I do not call the equipped, I equip the called. Think of Moses, who doubted his ability to lead my people, or Esther, who risked her life to fulfill her purpose. Their obedience changed the course of history, not because they were perfect but because they trusted me. My child, you are no different. I have chosen you and I will provide everything you need to fulfill my purpose. Obedience is also an act of love. When you follow my commands, you demonstrate your love for me and your trust in my plans. As Jesus said, "If you love me, keep my commandments." Let your obedience flow not from obligation but from a heart that desires to honor me. My child, your willingness to obey brings me great joy, and it opens the door for me to pour out my blessings in your life. Today I am calling you to walk boldly in obedience to my calling. Do not let fear, doubt, or the opinions of others hold you back. Trust that I am with you, guiding your steps and preparing the way before you. As you follow my lead, You will discover a life filled with purpose, peace, and joy. My child, obedience is not about what you give up. It is about what you gain. Step into the life I have prepared for you, and watch as my promises unfold in ways that exceed your greatest expectations. My beloved child, I see the fear that grips your heart, the whispers of doubt that echo in your mind, and the weight of uncertainty that often holds you back. Fear is a powerful force, but it is not greater than my love for you. Today, I want to remind you that fear has no place in the life of my child. I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Through faith in me, you can rise above every fear, face every challenge, and walk boldly into the purpose I have for you. Fear often thrives in the unknown, feeding on the what-ifs that cloud your mind. What if you fail? What if you're not enough? What if the outcome isn't what you hoped? My child, let me remind you of this truth. I am the God of the unknown. I see what you cannot see, and I am working all things together for your good. When fear tries to take hold, fix your eyes on me. Trust that I am in control, and let my promises silence the lies of fear. Faith is the antidote to fear. It doesn't mean that you won't feel afraid. It means that you choose to trust me even in the midst of your fear. Think of Peter stepping out of the boat onto the water. The waves were real, the wind was fierce, and fear was present. But as long as his eyes were on me, he walked above the storm. My child, I am inviting you to do the same. Step out in faith, knowing that I am with you. The storms may rage, but they cannot overwhelm you as long as you are anchored in me. Let me remind you that you are not alone in your struggles with fear. Throughout history, my children have faced moments of fear and uncertainty. Moses doubted his ability to lead my people. Gideon felt inadequate to fulfill my calling. Even David, a man after my own heart, cried out to me in moments of fear. Yet in each of these stories, faith triumphed over fear, and my power was made perfect in their weakness. Your story is no different. When you place your trust in me, I will strengthen you, guide you, and lead you to victory. Fear loses its power when you bring it into my presence. My child, do not try to face it alone. When fear arises, bring it to me in prayer. Tell me your worries, your doubts, and your struggles, and let me fill your heart with peace. My peace is not like the world's peace. It is deeper, stronger, and unshakable. It is a peace that guards your heart and mind, even in the face of uncertainty. Let my presence calm your fears and remind you that you are never alone. Practical steps can help you overcome fear and strengthen your faith. Start by speaking my promises over your life. When fear whispers lies, respond with my truth. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? God is my refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Write these promises down, memorize them, and declare them aloud whenever fear tries to take hold. The more you fill your mind with my word, the less room there will be for fear. You may feel that your fears are too great to overcome, but let me remind you that nothing is impossible for me. The mountain you face may seem insurmountable, but I am the God who moves mountains. Trust that I am greater than your fears, stronger than your doubts, and more faithful than your circumstances. When you place your trust in me, fear begins to lose its grip, and my strength begins to shine through. Let me give you a picture of what overcoming fear looks like. Imagine a bird taking its first flight. At first, there is hesitation, a fear of falling. But as the bird spreads its wings and takes that leap, it discovers the freedom and joy of soaring. My child, I am calling you to spread your wings and trust me. Take that leap of faith and watch as I lift you above the fears that once held you back. Fear will still try to knock on the door of your heart, but you have the choice not to let it in. Stand firm in your faith, declaring my promises over your life and leaning into my presence. Surround yourself with reminders of my faithfulness, answered prayers, testimonies of my goodness, and the encouragement of those who walk this journey with you. Each time you choose faith over fear, you grow stronger and my power is magnified in your life. Today, I am calling you to let go of the fears that have held you back and to step boldly into the life I have prepared for you. Trust that I am with you, fighting your battles, calming your storms, and leading you forward. My child, fear has no power over you because you are mine. Walk in the confidence of my love, and let your faith be a testimony to the world. You are stronger than you think, braver than you feel, and never alone. I am with you now and always. My beloved child, your life is not an accident. You were created with intention, designed with a purpose that flows from my heart. Yet, I know there are moments when you feel unsure, when the weight of expectations and uncertainties makes you question your significance. Let me remind you today, I have called you, equipped you, and prepared a path uniquely for you. Through my grace, you can step into a life of purpose and meaning, reflecting my glory in everything you do. Purpose is not something you must create on your own, it is something you discover in me. Before you were formed, I knew you and I crafted every detail of your life with love and care. My plans for you are not hidden, they are revealed as you walk with me. When you seek me with all your heart, I will show you the way. My child, do not fear that you have missed your calling or that it is too late. My purpose for you is eternal, and my grace ensures that every step you take is part of the journey I have prepared for you. Living a life of purpose begins with surrender. When you let go of your own plans and submit to my will, you open the door for my spirit to guide you. Surrender is not about giving up. It is about giving over. It is about trusting that my plans are greater than anything you could imagine. Think of Mary, who surrendered her plans to carry my son, or Paul, who laid down his ambitions to preach my gospel. Their obedience was not without sacrifice, but it led to lives of incredible purpose and impact. My child, I am calling you to do the same. Grace is the foundation of your purpose. It is through my grace that you are saved, called, and empowered to live a life that reflects my love. You do not have to earn my favor or strive to prove your worth. My grace is sufficient for you, and it is my gift to you. Let this truth set you free from the pressure to be perfect or to have it all figured out. Your purpose is not about achieving greatness on your own, but about allowing my greatness to shine through you. Let me give you a picture of living with purpose. Imagine a candle in a dark room. Its flame may be small, but it lights up the entire space, bringing warmth and clarity. My child, you are that candle. You were created to shine my light in the darkness, to bring hope to the hopeless and love to the brokenhearted. Even when you feel small or insignificant, trust that I am using you to make a difference. Every act of kindness, every word of encouragement, and every step of faith is a reflection of my purpose in your life. Living with purpose also means serving others. I have placed people in your life for a reason. Your gifts, talents, and experiences are not just for your benefit. They are meant to bless those around you. When you serve others, you reflect my heart and fulfill the greatest commandment, to love your neighbor as yourself. Whether it's through your words, actions, or presence, you have the power to make an eternal impact. My child, never underestimate the significance of your contribution to my kingdom. You may wonder, but what if I fail? What if I make the wrong choice? My child, failure is not the end. It is a step on the journey. My grace covers your mistakes, and I can use even your missteps to accomplish my purposes. Remember Joseph, who was sold into slavery by his brothers. What seemed like failure was part of my greater plan to save a nation. Trust that I am working all things together for your good, even when you cannot see it. Your purpose is not derailed by failure. It is refined by my grace. Practical steps can help you live a life of purpose. Begin each day by asking me, Lord, how can I serve you today? Look for opportunities to use your gifts and talents to bless others, whether it's through your work, your relationships, or your community. Take time to reflect on the passions I've placed in your heart, for they are often clues to the calling I have for you. And when doubts arise, return to my word, where you will find reminders of my faithfulness and love. Living a life of purpose is not about perfection. It is about faithfulness. It is about saying yes to my calling, even when the path feels uncertain. It is about trusting that I am with you, equipping you, and guiding you every step of the way. My child, your purpose is not about achieving greatness by the world's standards. It is about living a life that glorifies me and brings joy to your soul. Today, I am inviting you to embrace the purpose I have for you. Do not let fear, doubt, or comparison hold you back. You are uniquely created, deeply loved, and perfectly equipped to fulfill my plans. Trust in my grace, walk in my strength, and let your life be a testament to my glory. My child, this is your time to rise, to shine, and to live the extraordinary life I have designed for you. My beloved child, I see the whirlwind of activity and noise that surrounds you. The demands of life pull you in many directions, leaving little room for rest or reflection. But today I am calling you to step out of the chaos and into my peace. This peace is not something you have to strive for, it is a gift I freely give. It is a peace that transcends understanding, guarding your heart and mind even in the midst of life's greatest challenges. The peace I offer is not dependent on your circumstances. The world's peace comes and goes, fleeting and fragile, tied to temporary moments of ease. But my peace is enduring and unshakable, rooted in my presence. Imagine a river flowing steadily through a barren desert. No matter how harsh the environment, the river brings life, refreshment, and hope. My child, my peace is that river flowing into your life and sustaining you even in the driest seasons. You may wonder how to find this peace when everything around you feels overwhelming. Begin by turning your focus to me. The storms of life often seem insurmountable when your gaze is fixed on them. But when you lift your eyes to me, you will see that I am greater than any storm. Remember when Peter stepped out of the boat onto the water. As long as his eyes were on me, he walked above the waves. It was only when he looked at the wind and the sea that he began to sink. My child, keep your eyes on me and let my presence steady you. Let me give you a practical way to embrace my peace. Start each day by bringing your worries and concerns to me in prayer. Imagine placing them into my hands, releasing the grip they have on your heart. Throughout your day, take moments to pause, breathe, and remember my promises. When stress begins to creep in, speak my truth over your life. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Be still and know that I am God. Let these words anchor your soul. Peace also grows when you create space for stillness. In the noise and busyness of life, it can be easy to overlook my voice. But I speak to you in the quiet moments, in the stillness of your heart. Set aside time each day to sit with me, to reflect on my word, and to listen for my guidance. My child, you don't need to do anything extraordinary to experience my peace. Simply be with me and let my presence fill your heart. I know there are times when the chaos feels relentless, when it seems as though peace is out of reach. But my child, remember that peace is not the absence of problems. It is the presence of trust. When you trust in my sovereignty, my goodness, and my love, you can rest knowing that I am in control. You may not have all the answers, but you know the one who does. Let this assurance calm your fears and quiet your soul. Today, I am inviting you to step into my peace. Let go of the worries, the striving, and the stress that have weighed you down. Trust that I am with you, working in the midst of every challenge and bringing order to every chaos. My child, my peace is not a luxury, it is your inheritance as my beloved. Receive it, rest in it, and let it transform your life. My precious child, you live in a world that is hurting, a world filled with division, pain, and brokenness. But even in the midst of this darkness, I have placed a light within you, a light that shines with my love. Today I am calling you to be a beacon of hope, to reflect my love to a world that so desperately needs it. Your life is not just about receiving my love, it is about sharing it, letting it flow through you to touch the hearts of others. Reflecting my love begins with understanding how deeply you are loved by me. My love for you is not conditional, it is not based on your performance or achievements. It is steadfast, unchanging, and eternal. When you grasp the depth of my love, it transforms you from the inside out, filling you with joy, peace, and compassion. My child, you cannot pour out what you have not received. Let my love fill your heart, and you will find it overflowing into the lives of those around you. The love I am calling you to share is not an abstract feeling. It is an action. It is choosing kindness over criticism, forgiveness over resentment, and generosity over selfishness. It is seeing others through my eyes, recognizing their worth and value as my creation. My child, when you love others, even those who are difficult to love, you reflect my heart. Your love becomes a testimony of my grace, drawing people closer to me. Let me give you a picture of what reflecting my love looks like. Imagine a mirror catching the rays of the sun and reflecting them into a dark room, filling it with light. You are that mirror, and my love is the light. When you live in my presence and walk in my ways, you reflect my love to those who are lost, hurting, or searching for hope. Your words, actions, and even your presence can make a difference in ways you may never fully see. You may wonder, but how can I make a difference in a world so broken? My child, never underestimate the power of small acts of love. A kind word, a listening ear, a simple gesture of generosity, these are seeds that I use to bring healing and restoration. Do not focus on changing the whole world. Focus on loving the people I have placed in your life. Trust that as you sow these seeds, I will bring the growth. Reflecting my love also requires courage. There will be times when loving others is difficult, when it costs you something, or when it challenges your comfort. But my child, remember that I am with you. My spirit is empowering you to love as I love, to give as I give, and to serve as I serve. When you step out in faith to love others, you are walking in my purpose and fulfilling my greatest commandment. Today I am calling you to let my love flow through you. Look for opportunities to be a blessing, to encourage, to uplift, and to serve. Let your life be a reflection of my heart, a light that shines brightly in the darkness. My child, you may never fully know the impact of your love, but trust that I am using you to make an eternal difference. Reflect my love, and watch as it transforms not only the lives of others but also your own. My beloved child, you have journeyed through these truths, heard my heart for you, and felt the stirrings of my spirit calling you to something greater. But this is not the end, it is the beginning. These words are not just meant to inspire you but to ignite action in your life. I am calling you to rise, to trust, and to step boldly into the purpose I have prepared for you. You are not meant to stay where you are. You are called to move forward in faith, love, and obedience. Let me ask you, what will you do with what you've heard? Will you surrender your fears and doubts to me? Will you embrace my peace, my strength, and my guidance? Will you reflect my love to a world in need and walk in the purpose I have uniquely designed for you? My child, these are not just lofty ideas. They are practical steps that can transform your life. Begin today by inviting me into every decision, every relationship, and every moment. Trust that I will lead you, equip you, and sustain you. Your journey will not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. There will be challenges, moments of doubt, and seasons of waiting. But through it all, I am with you. My grace will strengthen you, my peace will sustain you, and my love will never fail you. Each step you take in faith brings you closer to the life I have promised. A life of purpose, abundance, and eternal impact. Do not let fear or hesitation hold you back. You are stronger than you think, braver than you feel, and deeply loved by me. Before we part, I want you to make a commitment, not to perfection but to faithfulness. Commit to seeking me daily, to walking in my ways, and to trusting my plans. Surround yourself with reminders of my promises, and let my word be your guide. Share what you've learned with others, encouraging them to join you on this journey. Together, you can create a ripple effect of hope, love, and transformation that reaches far beyond what you can see. My child, I am cheering you on. I am with you in every step, every triumph, and every challenge. You are never alone, and you are never without purpose. Walk forward with confidence, knowing that my spirit is within you, my hand is upon you, and my love surrounds you. The best is yet to come, and I am so excited to lead you into the fullness of the life I have prepared for you. Finally, I encourage you to stay connected to this journey. Subscribe to this channel, activate notifications, and let these messages continue to inspire and guide you. Share this message with those who need to hear it, and together, let us spread the light of my truth to a world in need. You are not only a receiver of my love but a messenger of my hope. Go forth boldly, and let your life be a testament to my faithfulness. My child, the time is now. Step into your calling, embrace my promises, and watch as I work wonders in and through your life. This is your moment to shine, not for your glory but for mine. Trust me and let's walk this journey together. I am with you always,